Oh, so the Amiga glory is silly, but I think that it is possible for all of us who enjoy this show to have a bit of fun with it. Surely. What culture named it the 15th worst Trek episode ever from any series back in 2014, even though I'd rather view Amiga Glory over the following just Season 2 duds: The Apple, Cat's Paw, IMARD, Obsession, Wolf in the Fold, A Piece of the Action, The Immunity Syndrome, Return to Tomorrow, By Any Other Name, and Assignment Earth. Amiga Glory is silly, entertaining, and way more interesting than the episodes I just named. I will gladly stand by this. They write, it's the last act's attempt to make a political statement, however, in which the Amiga glory falls totally to pieces. It's bad enough that the Combs and the Yangs turn out to be communists and Yankees, but the finale involves a waving American flag, the Star-Spangled Banner, and a perfect reproduction of the US Constitution. The patriotism is over the top, and Kirk's ultimate solution, he tells the Yangs the right way to interpret the Constitution, sure seems like a violation of the Prime Directive to me. I guess that solemn oath wasn't so important after all. But it's the fun of it, the silliness of it, that I rather enjoy. Another quote, this episode from different source. This episode is almost a parody of Star Trek. Kirk, Spock, and McCoy beam to a planet to investigate a disease that wiped out a starship. They find that ship's captain, Tracy, has violated the Prime Directive, aiding a local tribe. Tracy defends himself on how the planet allows its inhabitants to live for centuries, and if they can find a way to harvest their energies, it would be a boon for the Federation. The episode doesn't even bother to hide its politics, as one tribe is called the Yangs and the other the Coms, and the Yangs are said to be the better species. It's a terrible episode that muddles its politics in a cheap cop-out solution to the long lifespans of its inhabitants. It all culminates in one of the biggest cases of William Shatner overacting as Kirk reads the Constitution to the planet's inhabitants to make peace. Here's a key reason why some episodes of TOS can come off pretty bad to watch today. Says CBR.com, but isn't it so much fun to watch in spite or due to these factors? This episode, I mean. Now some analysis. I'm reading this on Wikipedia until we run out of time effectively. So, according to author Daniel Leonard Bernardi in his book Star Trek and History, Racing Toward a White Future, like the Federation, the Coms have full command of the English language, although they speak with a homogenized Asian accent. The beginning of the episode thus shows that those with white skin can be uncivilized savages and those with yellow skin can be civilized and rational. This would be countered the hegemonic representation of Asians in the United States media. That diverse collective of peoples are consistently constructed in film and television as a menacing yellow horde. What else have we got? Eleanor W. Austin, professor of history at Misericordia University, writes that this episode consciously and unconsciously reflected a number of deep American anxieties that grew out of more than 2 decades of the Cold War. By the mid-1960s, some Americans began to critique what they saw as mindless nationalism. This unthinking patriotism had coalesced as part of a liberal consensus grounded in confidence in the essential soundness of American society, as well as the assumption of a pervasive communist threat to the US and its allies. Many supporters of the liberal consensus believed that economic growth and development would solve any remaining social inequalities while damping class conflict.